Is it always going to be a good idea to wait before filing your child's birth injury case? Want to know the answer to this question? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. Hello guys, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm a childbirth injury attorney practicing law here in the state of Maryland, and I would like to talk with you today about a question that we sometimes get in childbirth trauma cases, and that is, well, should I take the wait and see approach? Should we just kind of wait and see what may happen? My child may get better. Well, before I get deep into the video, I want to make sure that you understand that ultimately it's going to be your decision as to not only whether you want to talk with an attorney about a case like this, but whether you want to file this. So only thing I can do is help give you the pros and the cons about it and help you try to understand this process. Now, let's go ahead and let's tackle that question. Is it going to always be a good idea to just take the wait and see approach? Well, my answer, or the short answer, is that it's going to depend on what you are dealing with. Let's say, for example, you have a shoulder dystocia situation. And when I say shoulder dystocia, what I'm talking about is that the child can sometimes get, during a vaginal delivery, the child can sometimes get trapped behind the mother's pelvis. And what can occur is that it creates an emergency in the delivery room because doctors have to then work to try to free the child. But what can sometimes happen is that doctors either panic or they do not perform the maneuvers that they are taught correctly to free the child. Then an injury can occur not only to the child's head and neck area, the brachial plexus area, but sometimes you can have an injury to your child's arm or to your child's hand. In cases like this, it might be better for you to take the wait and see approach for a little bit. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes through physical therapy and other type of training that the child can get, the child can learn to reuse his or her arm or hand, and you will not have any type of long-term or permanent injury. So in a situation like that, it might be best to say, you know what, let's hold up for a little bit. Let's see how the child reacts to the therapy. Because if the child can go ahead and use their arm or hand and there's no long-term problems, then you're not looking at anything long-term or any long-term damages or anything like that. So the child may get better. Now, in other types of cases, it might not be a good idea to wait. And what I'm talking about are brain injury cases where you have a child that was maybe, let's say, for example, hypoxic or hypoxia has set in. And what I'm talking about there is that there was a lack of oxygen getting to the brain, or there was no oxygen at all getting to the brain. And for whatever reason, your doctors did not order an emergency C-section when the child was clearly in distress. And this has caused, like I said, injury to the child's brain. In situations like this, it may not be in your best interest to go ahead and hold up. And the reason why I say that, the first reason that I say that is because brain injury cases, especially for children, they take a lot of time to investigate and to research and to see what's going on. And when you get your experts on board, when the experts are ready to go, they have said that, you know what, there was a problem with the standard of care, that the doctors in the delivery room, they did fall below the standard of care, and by falling below the standard of care, this is what caused your child's brain injury. Once you get these doctors on board, then it may be in your best interest to go ahead and move forward with the process, because as time goes on, maybe the doctors may not want to do the case anymore, or maybe they may retire, or they may not even be in medicine anymore. So in situations like that, it may not be in your best interest to just wait. The second thing when we're talking about brain injury cases is that you got to understand that your child may need services and may need other treatment and care. And the sooner that you can get either a settlement or a jury verdict in a case like this, the sooner that their child has access to the funds to help them out. So by waiting, you really are just kind of delaying, you're kind of hurting the child's ability to get certain types of treatment. Let's say the child may need a special wheelchair. You may be delaying your child from being able to get that wheelchair. Or let's say, for example, that your car may need to be retrofitted. You may need a ramp, or you may need to put other things in the car. Again, by delaying, you are hurting your ability to have quick access to that type of thing. Now, I want to make sure that you understand if we're talking about a brain injury, we're talking about a birth trauma case, and I'm not saying that the case is going to be over in 2 weeks. I'm not saying that the case is going to be over in 3 months. And I'm not even guaranteeing that you can win the case. What I am trying to help you see is that this is a process, and to try to help you understand that, okay, is it always going to be a good thing to just wait and see, or should we just go ahead? We know where we are with everything. Should we just go ahead and push forward with the case? So I've said all of that. Why have I taken the time today to talk with you about this? Because I'm trying to answer this question of should I wait or should we go ahead and file now? Because we get this question a lot. I'm trying to help you understand the pros and the cons. I'm trying to give you an example of when you may want to wait or when you may want to go ahead and push forward with the case. In other words, I'm trying to help you understand this process. If you have more questions and you just want to talk with someone about what's going on in your child's situation, this is what I invite you to do. And remember, mom and dad, it costs absolutely nothing to take this next action. And what is that action? Go ahead and pick up the phone and give me a call. I can be reached at 301-850-4832. Or if you would just prefer to send me an email first, you can send me an email to medicalinjury@bostonlawllc.com. We answer childbirth injury case questions and medical malpractice case questions like yours all the time, and I'll be glad to take some time and listen to your story. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury attorneys here at Boston Law Group LLC, and we will see you next time. Guys, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.